Year 2126. Humanity entered a new age, yet one civilization never vanished. Egypt, alive after more than 5,000 years. Here, the past was not preserved behind glass. It became the foundation upon which an entirely new world was built. This was no civilization trapped in history. Egypt had transformed its heritage into the most advanced society on Earth. The Great Pyramid no longer guarded the dead. It powered the cities, networks, and technologies of a living empire. Deep within its chambers rested the greatest archive ever assembled. Thousands of years of knowledge, preserved, expanded, and reborn. Across every dynasty, one throne remained, not as a relic, but as the symbol holding generations together. Above the capital, ancient chariots had evolved into silent solar vessels, carrying millions across the skies. The Nile still gave Egypt life, but now nature, energy, and technology moved through it as one system. Even at home, the old spirit endured. Families lived surrounded by traditions that had learned to evolve. Here, healing had become almost effortless. Ancient medical wisdom and advanced science worked together to extend healthy human life. Knowledge was no longer memorized. It was experienced, shared, and passed directly into the minds of each new generation. But behind it all, artificial intelligence never replaced humanity. It quietly linked every home, institution, and decision across Egypt. This was no ordinary city. Every street and tower could adapt, repair itself, and quietly protect the people who called it home. But peace was never guaranteed. It was protected by discipline, advanced technology, and an army that had mastered the art of deterrence. And when danger approached, the empire answered without a battle. An invisible shield could stop a threat before it ever reached the city. Yet Earth was no longer enough. Across the empire, gateways opened toward a frontier that ancient Egyptians once could only imagine: space. Every launch carried more than explorers. It carried 5,000 years of memory, ambition, and a civilization determined to reach beyond the horizon. From orbit, Egypt's influence was unmistakable. It no longer shaped one nation, but the destiny of an entire planet. Then came the moon. New cities rose beneath distant skies, carrying Egypt's architecture, culture, and identity far beyond its ancient homeland. On Mars, they did something extraordinary. A people shaped by the Nile built another river and another home among the stars. With worlds now connected, Egypt became the center of a new economy, where trade flowed between Earth, the Moon, and Mars. Yet one ancient question remained: could humanity ever escape death? In 2126, memory itself could be preserved beyond the body, and the Library of Alexandria endured, evolving into a living memory of humanity connecting knowledge across generations and worlds. But progress had a price, so Egypt learned to manage the climate itself, guiding storms, ending droughts, and restoring balance to the planet. They did not inherit a perfect planet. They rebuilt one, bringing back forests, healing rivers, and even restoring species lost to history. And at the heart of it all stood the pyramids, transformed into a vast solar network powering cities and worlds with the energy of the sun. Yet Egypt's greatest achievement was not conquest. It was creating a world where civilization and nature could finally thrive together. For ordinary people, the future was not measured by machines or miracles. It was simply the freedom to live a peaceful, meaningful life. Because empires are remembered for their victories. Civilizations endure when their people still remember who they are. Their greatest inheritance was not wealth or power, but wisdom, passed from one generation to the next without ever being forgotten. Technology gave Egypt extraordinary power. But art gave it something more enduring, a soul that continued to inspire every generation. This was more than a capital. It was 5,000 years of ambition, carved into stone, elevated by science, and brought alive by those who never stopped building. The pharaoh was remembered not for ruling the empire, but for protecting a civilization that never forgot where it came from. What began beside the Nile had become a civilization spanning worlds, proving that greatness is measured not by how far you expand, but by what you carry with you. History remembers the Egypt that vanished, but perhaps, beyond history, another Egypt still rises. And the future was always hidden in the past.